So today we want to talk about what not to say. This is something that just came to me, yesterday when I was speaking to one of my, team or one of my colleagues. And then, she was telling me, oh, I'm speaking to people, but they are not being receptive and all of that. And then we had a chat about like when you're speaking to people, what is it that you say? How do you say it and all of that? So it just gave me, a thought of maybe in one of the sessions, we need to just look at some of the things that you cannot say when you are speaking to your prospect. And this is not just because it's unethical or it's dishonest, but also our company policy and our company guideline does not allow us to say such things to people because they can be a misrepresentation or misleading to people and can cause um a long-lasting effect to your team and to your business. So I don't have slides with a list, so you might have to just take them down as I mention them. The first one is easy business. Okay, so I've heard a lot of people when they are speaking to a prospect, you know what, this is a very easy business, anyone can do it. It doesn't even require much effort on your side. This is a business that's just gonna make you money while you sit. We cannot say that to prospects. Number one, it is not true, but also our company policy says not to say that. And the reason is, I think the temptation is with network marketing, it's easier compared to your traditional business because with a traditional business, you have startup costs, you have rentals, you have all these expenses that you need to incur to get the business running. And then once the business is running, you still need to maintain it. It's very difficult to expand into other areas. Like if you wanted to go into another town, all of that, it's very difficult with a traditional business. So the temptation is to tell our prospects that no, forever is a very easy business. But that is not correct. And if you tell people that and they come in with that mindset, sometimes you are going to have issues. Now you have downlines that don't listen. Some say no, we were not told all of this. So while when you are speaking with your prospect, you say it is a simple business. Simple implies that there is a plan that someone can follow. And simple is different from saying it's easy. Simple, it's something that is doable, it's something that can be followed. Easy, you are implying there is literally no work. You can just sit and you can get paid. So you have to make them aware that it's a simple business in that you do have the marketing plan, you already have the steps to manager, everything has been set out for you and you can be able to follow that and succeed. However, in it being simple, one thing that I like when I'm talking to prospects, I do mention to them that this business does come with challenges that you do need to learn to overcome. Things like rejection, things like judgment, but all of that you can get to overcome if you are willing to be coachable, if you are willing to develop yourself. So never tell people that this is an easy business. You can do it in your sleep. It's not going to require much and you are going to succeed very fast. That is not true. The second one is telling people that forever is a get rich quick. When you're prospecting someone or when you're talking to a person, that you want to tell them that you're going to be making a lot of money in a very short time. You say that because you want to convince them to start the business, but that is not correct. And when you tell people forever is a get rich quick, or when you imply that, you know what, you can join forever and you are already going to be qualifying for the trips and the forever to drive and all of that, people are going to come into the business with an expectation that, you know what, in 2 months, I'm going to be earning 1 million or I'm going to be a millionaire and all of that. And it is not correct. That's why you then find people talking about, this company, it's a scam. It's because, us as FBOs, sometimes we are not honest with our prospects because maybe you think if you tell them the truth, then they won't join your company. But you just need to let them know that this is not a get rich quick scheme. When you come in, you need to learn new skills. You're going to be building a team. You are going to require a lot of personal development, mindset change. This business does require time and effort, maybe not as much as your traditional business, but you still need to work your business in order to succeed. They have to be aware. When you're doing your presentation, you are teaching them about your forever to drive, you are teaching them about the trips. Make them aware that there are certain requirements for you to qualify for things like that. So they need to become manager. Then there's a volume of CCs they need to accumulate. They need to come into the business and know that the minimum that they need to do in a month is 5 CC. Make them aware that this is not a get rich quick scheme that you are joining. This is an actual company where you come in and you have to learn the necessary skills to succeed. You have to build your team, you have to develop yourself, and you will need to put time to grow your business. Most of the time, I tell them 2 hours a day is enough for you to touch your business, 1 to 2 hours a day, every single day, to build up your business and to learn the necessary skills that you need. So don't go around telling people that to join forever today and in 2 months you are going to be a millionaire or you're going to be driving a nice car, because that is very misleading. You always have to put the disclaimer. This is in our company policy to say all income and incentives are tied to performance. The third thing is the word invest. Um, and the challenge with the word invest, most people say forever is an investment scheme or it's an investment that you make. Just to correct that, this is not an investment scheme. Okay. Prospects, they come in, they are buying a product and they have a product that they are going to be promoting to make an income. When you talk about investment schemes, that is the ones where people are told, bring in 1,000 rand. Tomorrow you will wake up, it's going to be 1,500. It's going to earn interest. That is an investment scheme. Forever is not an investment scheme. There is no sign up fee. There is no payment that you make. You are buying products that you are going to then market or promote to make an income. So it is about the distribution of products. I hear a lot of prospects, they are asking, is this not a pyramid scheme? How do I know that you guys are not going to run away with my money? You have to explain to them that in Forever, we are not running an investment scheme. It's not you are putting your money and it's going to grow on its own. No, the money that you are signing up with, it's not money that you are giving to Forever. You are buying products. You are going to get your products in return and you can promote or sell your products to recover the money back. If you want, you can take products for personal use as well. So make sure you are making your prospects aware of the fact that they are not just paying money or sending money to Forever. No, they are getting products in exchange so they can then be able to sell the products and recover their money, or they can be able to use the products. So either way, this is not a loss on their side because it is a real business that already has a product. If you look at the pyramid schemes, there is no product or service attached. Money just grows miraculously. In Forever, we don't do that. There is actually a product, and the money that you are getting it in exchange for the distribution of products. So you sell products for a profit, or you build a team. And by building a team, what is it that you're doing? You are having more people that are coming in to also move products for a profit. So Forever is about the movement or the distribution of products from the warehouse to the consumer. So that is what they are doing. It's not an investment scheme where they just put in their money and it grows while they are sitting and folding their hands. So that is the third thing. I hope I'm adding value to someone, and I hope I have people. Just let me know there in the chat that you are with me. Then I know I'm not alone and what I'm saying is making sense. The fourth thing that you should not say to your prospects is, I will build for you. And I've seen a lot of people. I had a downline who, when she was speaking to prospects, she would tell them, no, come in, don't worry, I will help you. I'll build this business for you, all of that. You are not allowed to say something like that to a prospect, because when you say that, you create an expectation in the mind of the prospect that they can just come in and sit and you are going to build this business for them. No. And you also create the thought that when they come in and they are doing business, they are doing it to push you. No, they are not. When they come in, they need to be aware that they are going to be building the business themselves. They actually need to put in the work. So don't overpromise. You can mention that I will support you in building your business, but it has to be clear that this is me supporting or giving you guidance or coaching and mentoring you, but you are the one who actually has to come in and do the work to build your business, because you are the one who is going to be earning the income. The business is about you. The business is yours. You have to take ownership for your business. Yes, as your sponsor, I will support, but the business is yours and you will need to put in the work to make it succeed. Because when you tell people, don't worry, because sometimes you are speaking to your prospects, they'll tell you, I know what, I'm interested, but I don't know, how am I going to get customers? How am I going to get prospects? Because I can't talk to people. And you find people tell their prospects, no, don't worry, I will help you find customers. I will give you my customers. I will give you my prospects. I will build the business for you. You can't do that. You can't do that, because now you're going to have a team of people that come in and they are going to fold their hands and they are going to expect you to do everything for them. Those are the same people that will say, my upline is not supporting me. My upline doesn't do this. And then we look at them and we say, yo, my team doesn't want to work. But think of how is it that you spoke to them and what is it that you promised them when they were starting the business. So make it very clear from the start. You might be that leader who gets a lot of customers, and sometimes you give the customers to your downlines because you want them to make a sale. That is perfectly fine. Or maybe you want to add, someone wants to join and you want to add them under one of your downlines. You can do that. It's not illegal to do that, but don't make it like something that you have told them that you will be doing and you create that expectation in them. If it happens, it happens, but do not overpromise and create an expectation in your team that you are going to be doing the work for them. Make it very clear from the start, even before they join, that while you are going to be there to coach and support them, they actually need to show up for themselves and do the work that is necessary for them to move up. Okay, so don't overpromise, mention support, but let them know they will have to do the work. The fifth thing is this I've heard a lot of people say, you will only need to work in the beginning. That's what we tell people, right? Forever is a lot of work, but it's a lot of work at the start because maybe you're still marketing your products, you're still building your customer base. But once you have customers and once you have a team, then it doesn't need you to work. You can just be earning your money. I've heard people say that, and that is not true. That is not true. Yes, it is a lot of work at the start. You are building a customer base. You're learning to talk to people. There are skills that you have to develop and that will require you to show up and to learn. But the work doesn't stop even after you get to manager, because when you get to manager, now there's still another level of learning, another level of work, which is leadership. Now you learn how to coach your team, how to train your team. You are doing presentations for your team. So the work never stops. Don't go lie to people and tell them you only need to work at the start, because now when you have a team, the team is going to be pushing sales and you just earn while you sit. There's nothing like that. Even when the team is working, you still have a role to play as a leader. You need to develop into a leader. Once you have a team, you're now a leader. You are responsible for all these other people. You have to make sure that you are equipping them with the necessary skills to build their business. But you also need to be doing your part as a leader. So it doesn't mean that when you get to manager or now when you have downlines, they are the ones that are supposed to just be doing all the CCs and you fold your hands. No, forever you work throughout. The type of work just changes on the level at which you are. When you are starting, you are retailing, you are recruiting. Even when you become manager, you are still retailing, you are still recruiting. Okay, so the work is, you will still need to work. That's why we find a lot of people, once they attain a level and then never to be heard of, then people will be like, I lost my managers, I lost my supervisors. It does happen. Why? It's because they came in thinking that, what, I only need to work at the start, and after putting in a lot of work and I get to manager, I can relax and just be earning. There's nothing like that in forever. As a leader, you still need to do your part and you also need to support your team. So let people know in your team that, there's no point that we're going to reach where we're just going to fold our hands and we stop working because now we have a team that is going to be working for us. There's nothing like that. You continue to work, you continue to show up for yourself. Even when you get to Sapphire, even when you get to Diamond, you are still going to be working and showing up for your team. Yes, you are earning a lot of income, but it doesn't mean that you sit and you fold your hands. If you're someone who follows our leaders on social media, you will see leader Kuchi, leader Vero, all of them, Kumo, they are online, they are still working, they still prospect, they organize trainings for their team and all of that. That's the job of the leader. So the work never stops. We don't fold our hands and say, I've attained this level, now I'm going to rest and watch people work for me. No, your job as a leader is to still show up and to support your team. Then the sixth thing, I think this I should have put it together with I will build for you, because I wrote I will put people under you. Don't give this as a commitment. Like I said, don't create an expectation in your downline or in your team that you are going to be doing the work for them. The seventh thing is guaranteed results. You know, I guarantee you, if you join forever, in 2 months, you're going to be making 20,000. You're going to be making this. There are no guarantees in forever. In forever, you earn based on the level of effort that you are putting into the business, the level of products that you have moved as a distributor. That's what determines your income. So don't make promises to people. Join forever. 4 months' time, you're going to be a manager. 5 months, you're going to be having a car. And no, 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 no. We don't make such promises to people because they will come in and they would think that success in forever, it's just guaranteed. I just come in and I succeed. No, there are no guarantees in forever. In fact, there are no guarantees in anything in the world. Even if you were to start a traditional business, there is no guarantee that it will succeed. It will take a lot of work on your part, and that work is what determines whether or not you succeed. So I like the statement that one of our leaders always says, I can't promise you success, but I can promise you that I will be there to support you on your journey, to coach you and to show you how you can be successful. And then the rest is up to you. So don't promise people success. Don't tell people, come in 5 months, you're going to be driving a Range Rover, because those people are coming in with that expectation. And if there is no Range Rover in 5 months, they are going to quit the business, or they are going to be the ones that go out there and tell people that forever is a scam. They lied to us. Those cars that you see, it's only for the big bosses. Why? Because they didn't understand the concept from the start. So don't promise people success, but promise them your support. And if you are someone who is promising people success, my leaders, please do keep your word when these people come in. I've seen a lot of people, they do presentations for people. You promise that you're going to be coaching them, that you're going to be there for them and supporting them. They come into the business and you never ever check on them. You never make an effort to show them or to guide them. And they come in and they are stuck. Don't be a liar. If you promise someone supporting and coaching, show up for that person. If you tell them, I will help you with product launches, I will help you with business presentations, show up for those things. Show up for that person, because that's what you promised them when they signed up. Don't bring people and then you abandon them. So never make a guarantee about income, about the incentives. Make people aware. When you're doing your new distributor orientation, explain to them. Myself, I tell people during my presentation, you also don't want to make your presentation so negative that your prospect will rethink joining. So normally what I do is, after I've shown them that there is car incentive, there's all of this, I just do let them know to say, you see, this car incentive, it's tied to level 1, level 2, level 3, and there is a qualification for it. You also need to be a manager. And I always stress the importance of 5 case credits, even in my presentation. So when they come into the business and I'm telling them, this month we need to close 5cc, it's not something new that they are hearing today. It's something that I've mentioned. But don't over stress it. Yes, you need to mention it. You need to have a disclaimer. When you are showing them income, a manager makes 40,000, but this is a manager that is meeting their target, a manager that is showing up for their team. They have the potential to make this much money. Make it clear that this money is tied to you doing your part and meeting your target. Same with the incentives. Don't just guarantee them that I had a prospect who once told me, no, I was told that in forever you get paid a monthly salary. I'm like, there's nothing like that in Forever. You get paid a commission, yes, but that is tied to you doing the minimum, which is 4cc. And it's not a guarantee that because you are part of Forever, now you are going to be getting this monthly commission. Guys, don't lie to people and don't guarantee them things that are not true. Be honest with your prospects. What I've realized is people who come in knowing that they need to work, they don't stress you when they are in the team. You don't have to start them, to push them to work, to push them to do this, because they understood what they were getting into when they started. People that you lie to because you want to convince them to join, now they come in and now you want to tell them about, no, that one, I told you about it, but you need to do 1, 2, 3 first before you can. Now they feel like we've been lied to, we've been deceived. They don't work. You always have to force them to attend trainings. You force them to post. Everything. It's like it's a push and pull. You are fighting each other in that business. So be honest to people. Let them know that if they are coming in, they need to be prepared to do the work to build their business. The last thing is, don't tell people, leave your job and do this. Never ever say that to a person, because you are not the one who has to deal with the consequences of that person leaving their job. They leave their job and they still need to build Forever. There is no income. Are you the one who's going to be paying their rent? No, you're not. Are you the one who's going to be buying food for them? No, you are not. Never tell people or promote people to say, leave your job and come and do Forever. No, we don't do that as FBOs. If you are someone who has been able to make Forever work and you've been able to quit your job, I'm not saying don't mention it, but when you mention it as a motivation to say, you know what, when I also started this, I didn't know that today I would be working, doing my Forever full time, not needing a job. But don't tell them to say, leave your job and come and do Forever. Let them know that this is a business that they can do around their current commitments. They can build the business, and once they start making the income, then they can leave. But you don't tell them that. Let it be their decision to say, you know what, I'm now making enough income. My leader, I'm thinking I want to leave my job. Let it be their decision. Don't let it be something that you encourage them to do, to say, no, if you want to succeed in Forever, you have to leave your job and focus on Forever full time. No, 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 no. We must not do that as FBOs. Don't be encouraging people to leave their jobs. Let them know they can do this business even when they are working, especially if they are building, building to manager and all of that. The reason is, if you quit your income and now you are doing Forever, maybe you are still making the income. Okay, maybe you're making 20,000 from Forever. But what is going to happen if this person doesn't have a job? All of that money is going to go towards the bills and all of these things that Forever was paying for them before, that their salary was paying for them before. And then at the end of the month, they don't have money to reinvest back into the business because they have used it up. Remember, we were talking yesterday about personal expenses being separate from the business. So you'll find that that person might take forever to grow, or they might resent you to say, you are the one who told me to quit my job because I would be making money in Forever. So never encourage people or tell people to say, leave your job and come and do Forever full time. Allow them to make that decision on their own when they have thought about it and they feel that their time is right. And then you support whatever decision that they have made. But also as a leader, if you see that, no, this person is not yet mature enough to leave their job and just focus on Forever full time, be honest with them and let them know, you know what, I think just hold on maybe for another 2 months while we build this into a solid business. You are allowed to do that as a leader. Offer sound advice to your team. Don't allow them to fall into traps, because someone can just decide to quit their job because they had Kuchi saying that she quit her job and she focused on forever. And now they think, no, I'm going to go quit my job. As a leader, you have to have that relationship with your team where you know and understand the level of effort that they put in the business, what they need in their personal life as well, and be able to advise to say, you know what, my leader, this might be a good idea, but at the stage that you are at, I think let's hold off on quitting the job for now. Let's try 1, 2, 3. Give sound advice to your team. Don't just allow them to make such drastic decisions, because that also affects your business. When their income is affected, even your income is going to be affected. So be supportive, but also don't encourage people to make drastic decisions like, hey, I encourage you to say leave your job and come and focus on this, because if you focus on this, you're going to make more money. Never say things like that. So that was my last point. I've been talking and talking. We have 3 minutes left. You can let me know in the chat which one was your favorite point, which one do you not agree with. You are allowed to not agree with some of my points. If you also have something that you would like to add, you can type in the chat. I'm also going to allow participants to be able to unmute if you would like to just say a word. Okay. Let's see, no comments in the chat.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning, everyone. It's a very productive morning, and these are points that we really need to take into consideration. I'll add and also comment with regards to prospecting. We prospect these people, but it's up to them to decide when they are joining and how they are going to come up with funds or fees to join. Sometimes we are so desperate that we want to use our last income, or we want to help them, and then we start making promises like, yo, I'll add for you. As long as you just come with like a 4,000, at least the remaining balance, it's very small. I'll top up, and then those are the mistake we do, because you know what? 6,000, it's not a lot. If someone is struggling to come in with 6,000, give them an option to say, start with what you have. But because we are so desperate and we are focused on 2cc, we just wanted 2cc, not knowing that if this person comes in and we are pushing them to join, they don't have the time to listen. They don't have the time to work and get the money out, because the entrance was just a walk in the park. Like, it was easy. So I've realized with my experience, when we were starting, I did that once. So until it ended up being a big thing, until a police case to come and ask with the balance now, with the prospect, with the now FBO. Remember 6 months ago, I borrowed you a 2.7. Now, how are you planning to pay it? So it became a big thing, because now this person, since she joined, she never recruited, or even if they recruit, they are so excited that money is already going to be used, despite you